And bottom line, what does it cost you? Well, an SME, the average cost is around about 21k per annum. It's hard to be precise because it does vary on who the academic is, but it's around about 21k. Now, yes, you can employ a new graduate for around about 21k on a salary of 21k, but you have to bear in mind that what you're getting for that 21k is a lot more than just the associate. That 21k pays the associate's salary. It pays their national insurance, it pays their pension costs if they opt to in the pension. It also pays for the academic visit. There is a budget in there, in the whole project, for travel and subsistence for the associate who's visiting a company, client or a supplier, travel for the academic. There's a budget for equipment and consumables, and there's a budget for personal development. And you're paying for the academics time. So that 21k is giving you a lot. Large companies, i.e. over 250 employees, it works out about 50% funding, which gives them 31k cost. And it's still deemed by a number of non-SMEs to be viable because they see the benefits of getting the support of the university behind them. This is some government figures on what actually the benefits per graduate are to, if you like, to UK PLC and to the companies. Annual profits up, on average, by that figure there, 230k. Investment in plant and materials and machinery is about 190k. New jobs created, about 3. This is per graduate. And there are, at any one time, around about 1,000 running in the UK. And that's going up, because a recent government report said they should double the number. That was accepted, so they are going to be ramping up over the next 2 or 3 years. Company staff train 15. This is an important aspect because it shows that the embedding is taking place. It's not just the associate goes in, does the job, and the company thinks, well, I've got that done, but there goes again. Other employees are trained as well as part of the program. And often more research projects spin off it. There's at least 3 per program. And about 20% of the programs actually generate commercial benefit from the IP that's generated. Now you might think that's only 1 in 5, isn't it? It's not a lot of IP actually generating commercial interest, but a number of the projects won't be generating IP. We have some which are looking at putting in lean manufacturing into the company, improving their sugar processes. So there's no IP, commercialisable IP that's generated in the program. It's still giving bottom line benefits to the company, if not through commercialisable IP. There's again taken from the annual report, giving you the sort of breakdown of the size of company that gets involved. As you can see, the majority are SMEs, and a lot of them in the 10 to 50 band, which is the typical size of company that will get involved. But a number in the non-SME category. And this is the spread. Still a large number in engineering and manufacturing, but over the years, other sectors have come in. And you'll see one of them in the one of the case studies. I've got 2 very brief case studies in a minute. First one is a company called Nets Controls. They're based actually in Hampshire, but they do refrigeration control and temperature monitoring equipment, often used by large supermarket chains to monitor their refrigeration to make sure it's working, because you've all gone to Sainsbury's and seen the flood barrier, around the side of the fridge when it's broken down. This is to try and prevent that sort of thing happening. They wanted, I think the last school that I work in, design, engineering, computing, but they wanted a unique remote method of monitoring this refrigeration alarm equipment, so they could tell over the internet what was happening. And that's what the company director said. The project just seemed too good to be true. He wasn't being sarcastic. He did actually benefit enormously, as did as you'll see, as did the associate. The company got new markets, defined and applied them, new sensing and wireless products were made available. £100,000 increase in profits before tax. And they're anticipating over the next 3 years a further 250,000. So, and they won a £250,000 contract from a major supermarket chain as a result of it. What did we get out of it? Case study material. It enhancing the teaching, 2 MSc projects and a conference paper. And the associate got a very enhanced technical and managerial career out of it and became technical manager at the company. A slightly different company here, slightly more local, Wessex Chemical, who provide chemical solutions in specialised industries. This is him with us, but with our media school, and this was on the marketing side of things. They needed to develop a marketing project to develop a database-driven marketing strategy. And that's, again, a statement from the MD. KTP has been a turning point in the life and growth of this company. They got the database-driven marketing strategy, we got case study materials, and the associate is now marketing executive at the company. But there are pros and cons. You know, I have to be honest and say that there are some things which companies need to be aware of before they get involved, just so they know what's happening. On the pro side, it is a win-win-win-win situation. There are 4 wins there. That's the company, who gain a good increase of their bottom line. The university, we gain in, it basically enhances our teaching. The case studies mean that when a lecturer delivers a lecture, they can actually talk in real terms about what they did last week with the company. And we can plough that expertise back in. Because basically the way I look at it, we have a product here at the university. It's our students, our graduates. And we need them to be employable when they leave here. KTP is a great way of enhancing that teaching so they are employable. We have an excellent, an enviable graduate employment record. And the third win is the associate, and the fourth is government UK PLC, because of all the tax revenue they gain. And I say it's the fact that it's lived now for 35 years and has grown rather than changed. I think just speaks volumes to say more about it. It's flexible, it's another advantage. I have been involved in other schemes where you were hidebound, you had this programme, this is what you were to do, stick to it, or else. KTP recognises this is a commercial world, and when you might start the process off, you had this idea, I want to pursue it this way. The programme starts 6 months later, say, and things have changed, your markets change. KTP will allow you to develop and grow that programme and change that programme, not to go totally, from I'm going to have a marketing strategy, I'm going to actually now make baked beans, but within reason, you can change the programme. It's in control. You don't have to go and get reapproval. It's in control of what's called the local management committee, which is run by the company and the university. I think it's fairly safe to say it's excellent value for money. Most people go into it knowing what they get out of it, and the bottom line is it gives them a great return on their investment. But it can be time consuming to establish. And I just briefly have a rundown of the timing of a recent KTP that has been approved. We've just recruited on it. And it's a good example because it was a company who wanted to get moving quickly. So they were pushing as hard as they could to get this process through. They expressed an interest back on the 4th of September 2008. We submitted an outline proposal, which is the first stage. You submit a simple 3-page, roughly 3 pages, outline proposal. That was submitted on the 17th of December, so we ran into the Christmas thing. The full proposal went on the 19th of February this year, and we had the offer letter on the 30th of March. We held second interviews last week on the 18th, and we've now offered the post to somebody, and it's due to start early August, which ties up with the fact that one of the directors of the company is now he's just got married, he's going on honeymoon, he's going to be the company supervisor, so he needs to be back. But that is about as quick as you can do it. As you can see, started in September, it's going to be nearly a year before it actually starts. Say start, that was in the first inquiry. So that's the sort of timescales you could be looking at for the classic KTP.